are back.
That's right. Andrew, we missed you.
It felt so wrong. I enjoyed the episode, though. Your brother is hilarious, and so I'm sure no one was exactly clamoring for my return, but I'm back anyway.
I was.
How you doing, buddy?
I talk to my brother every day, so I was definitely clamoring.
Yeah. Just man, I'm in a heat wave, baby. It's 100 degrees in Portland again. Everyone's losing their minds. It's hot.
Is this a national story? Should I know that already or no?
I don't know if we made the national news this time or not. But God, it sucks. It just sucks when it's hot.
Are you cool in your house?
Yeah, I have the one. Okay, so I have the one AC unit that still works, the rolling one. It's like R2D2. And the
rolling one?
Yeah, it's on wheels.
Oh, okay.
Portable.
It's like a air conditioner unit that you plug in and you can put wherever?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem, you can't really put it wherever because it's got like a hose. It's got to go out of the window.
Yes.
So it's got some maneuverability, but I had to cut like styrofoam to fit it in this one window. And anyway, it's really not that maneuverable. But the other one, the one I installed, it's a wall unit in Ginger's room. When I was gone, Heidi was like, it smells like fish. It started smelling like fish. And I was like, well, I don't know what. Like we bought it last year. Now it smells like fish. But she Googled it, and if your air conditioner ever smells like fish, it's like about to kill you. You're supposed to call the fire department or something.
So you guys did that. Did you guys do that?
No, we just unplugged it.
Oh, sure. Okay. So either call the fire department or unplug it.
Well,
depends
I
how
asked
busy your day is.
I was gone, and I was like, well, what did you call the fire department? She's like, no, I'm not going to call the fire department and be like, it smells like fish in here. Hello, 911? Smells like fish.
It's all stinky in here.
Stinky. Right. My house is stinky. Send your firemen.
Ma'am, we need to keep the lines open for real emergencies.
But, yeah, and then, so it can either be there's mold in your air conditioner, which we've only had it for a year and we hardly ever use it, or there's melting plastic.
Ooh.
So I was like, and then I said to myself, because it's like, I'm like you, it's like, well, I got it last year. I don't want to just throw it away. And it's
of course not. Like a recalled baby rocker. Sure.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. What are the odds?
Right.
And then, but then also, it's unusable because it's even if a 1 in 100 chance it kills my family, whatever. But it's so smelly, you really can't use it.
Does it only smell when you turn it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told myself, I'll take it apart. Take a look at it. What the fuck? I mean, can you imagine?
Andrew.
What am I going to do? I was just imagining me really doing that and going, let me get this thing on the ground. I'll take it up. What am I going to see, diagnose, do?
Oh, there it is. There's together? A fish in here.
It's the problem. Heidi, I told you.
Don't push fish in the vent.
Don't cook salmon on the air conditioner. So I think what I'm really going to do is throw it away. But it seems.
Are you miserable right now in the heat?
Yeah, but we just kind of huddle around we either go in the backyard and there's a Ginger's kiddie pool, or we huddle around in the living room with the one working air conditioner. That's actually like pretty powerful. It's like, I don't know, 4,000 BTUs or something. So it works for the living room.
I know what you could probably go for one of these. Snap it to an ice cold liquid death.
Liquid death.
Official sponsor.
I love it makes the pop sound, but then it's just tap water, right?
But then it's not.
No,
mountain water from the Alps, Andrew. We have talked about that.
Special mountain water.
You know what's funny? Talking about how you see this all over now.
I see it all over. Whoever's making this stuff, your buddy, has got to be rolling in dough. And here's when you know something is popular. I've seen the backlash. I've seen the people making fun of it, where it's like, oh, are men so men so fragile. The only way they'll drink water is if it's called liquid death, and like this whole sort of take. I bet you're gonna start seeing it in like stand-up bits and stuff. It's like, hey, we got to try this liquid death. Don't you think that's a little extreme for water? So I'm predicting a real humor backlash for liquid death. But that's when you know. That's when you knew IPAs. That's when you knew IPAs had gone mainstream. Is when everybody started shitting on IPAs and going, they're horrible and they take up the whole aisle at the beer, store.
Yeah, and they taste like shit.
Well,
in my humble opinion.
Yeah, the guy who drinks fucking Mai Tais out of a can.
Cayman Jack's margaritas, strawberry margaritas.
Well, agree to disagree.
All right, we'll just have to let that one rest.
What's up with you, buddy?
Well, let's see. I even came up with a list of topics, but you know what we should address right out of the gate so we don't forget? I'll read it. We got review, a 5-star review. That's right, folks. A 5-star review.
A good reminder, it's always a good time to leave a review and a comment on what you need backup on, and we'll talk about it on the show like we're about to do, I assume, right now.
Okay, so I'll just read the review. This is the show that everyone should be talking about around the water cooler at the office. If you're looking for an awesome podcast.
Never has the water cooler cliche phrase been less apt when everybody's like working from home or refuses to go back to the office, but we still have a water cooler moment. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, next time you and your work team is gathered around the fax machine,
gathering around the Zoom.
Check out the Cavalry. The Cavalry checks all the right boxes, especially when they are not having guests. Okay. Those guys know how to talk about appliances and farts. I hope Johnny ordering food at drive-thrus becomes a more regular segment. Well, it probably won't become a regular segment. All right. Today I read a story that there was this kid who was sad because nobody showed up to his birthday party. Then somehow the local news media got wind of the story, and then there was a huge party for this kid where over 100 people came from the whole community. I personally think things like this are a scam to get a bunch of presents from the whole presents from the whole community.
I thought you said presidents.
I know.
This is a scam to get all the former presidents to show up and take a picture with you.
Yeah. And maybe a celebrity or two. It just seems like it's becoming too much of a trend. Oh, poor Billy. Nobody came to his birthday party. That being said, yesterday was my wife Rebecca's birthday. I know she would want nothing more than a happy birthday shout out from the Cavalry. My daughter Madison created a little virtual world birthday party for her on this game called Toca Boca, where she also created her sisters Abby and Destiny, and then she also made a Johnny Beaner character.
Whoa.
Keep up the good work, boys.
Wow.
Wow, where's the Andrew character?
Yeah.
Maybe she made it last week, and there's a Scott character.
Yeah, probably. I've been replaced already. As far as I was thinking about this, when they went to birthday party being a scam.
Yeah.
What first jumped in my mind was like, if no one shows up to a kid's birthday, I wonder how old this kid was. But to me, if it's 10 or under, that's more of a failure of the parents.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, it's not like the kid, wasn't popular enough to get other kids to show up. The parents need to ensure that you have a few guaranteed RSVPs before you just decide to rent 100 chairs and have your kids sit sadly in the middle of a table with nobody there blowing out a candle. Like, you've got to, what are you, an idiot?
Right.
You just go, I hope some kids come,
Yeah, oh no, my kid's a nerd. Let me call the news so the whole community knows he's a nerd and a loser. Yikes.
Hey, Como TV4, I got a hot tip for you. My son Billy's a loser.
He's a dork.
Put that on your broadcast.
You know what's funny about that? It's so fitting because on Sunday we had a huge birthday party for
Brag.
Duncan, who just
Brag.
turned 8, and we rented a giant, like 18-foot, bouncy, not bouncy house, but one of those a volcano slide where you hook up your hose. They come, they put it
Oh,
in, you have it for 8 hours, and then they come take it away. It's just a water slide in your
great.
backyard. And halfway through the party, I realized because there was a lot of people there, and I was like, "Oh man, Doug has got to be having fun," and he had a blast. He loved it, and he didn't put this together, but like, it was just all of me and my wife's friends and their kids. I mean, there was
Yeah.
Duncan's friends came. He's got like 3 or 4, and they were there, but there was like 25 kids there, and he was
Well,
like, "This is great. I got so many friends," but it's like, well.
not really, buddy.
Yeah, hey, slow down, cool kid.
Aaron and I have a lot of friends. You have parents who rented a volcano castle.
Right.
All right.
It was perfect because the kids just went up and down for hours just doing that while the parents just got drunk on the patio. It was so perfect.
Yeah. Sounds like a perfect day.
Yeah.
Did you advertise the water slide thing before? Because that might be another way to ensure that people actually show up to your stupid kid's birthday. Is that have an attraction? Don't have it at the library and have a
Yeah.
reading contest. Like go to Dave and Buster's or have a backyard with a water slide. You gotta
Oh yeah.
take some precautions to make sure people want to go to this thing.
Aaron sent out the invites, and she's very good about that. However, and I feel bad, my brother, his wife, and their 2 kids, my son's cousins, came, and somehow it was not relayed to them. I don't know if it was on our end or their end, but they didn't bring swim gear. They didn't know, and so they just
They're wearing their church
didn't.
shoes and cords, and they're just
Well, we
sitting there
offered
in the
the swimsuit,
sweating in the
but-
patio watching
just
people.
staring at the kids have fun.
Did you offer you must have extra swimming?
Yeah, we
stuff?
have. Yeah, we have extra stuff, but I think I don't know. I think that plus it's very tall, so I don't know. I don't know if they would have been scared because they're young, but yeah, I don't know. I think they just didn't want to wear someone else's swimsuit or something.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very sad.
I know. Very unfortunate.
They should call the news.
Yeah.
And they,
Hey!
yeah,
My brother's kid's a nerd.
Tom Hanks. No, but they should. Not your. Yeah, you should report them and go, or they should report you and go. Hey, I got invited to a party, but no one told me it was going to be swimming, and so I had to sit there and sweat my ass off and watch other kids swim the whole time. And then celebrities should come and take them to Wild Waves or whatever.
Or I could have called the news on them and been like, "Hey, I'm having this cool party, and these dorks are just sitting there not playing. They're in their Sunday best."
You think the news is just like security?
Huh?
Hey, news.
Like an entertainment.
There's a
hotline.
car. There's a car there's a prowler in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
News shows up and beats the shit out of the guy. What is the news these days? Did you have a water park in your neighborhood growing, like a place in your city that everyone went and it was disgusting and everyone
Not
got
a
sick?
water park like the gross kind. We had we would go to the, it was like a YMCA, but it was like you have to pay for your membership or
Okay.
whatever. So it's
There's a big one not in Seattle, south of Seattle. It's called Wild Waves. You drive by it on the freeway if you're going to Tacoma or something from Seattle. And when you're a kid, it's just you think of it as this paradise, it's just Xanadu,
yeah.
it's just these huge water slides everywhere and a giant wave pool. And
Yeah.
but then especially during COVID, I would drive by it or something, and I was like, you just shudder. It's like, oh God, looks so gross.
How filthy.
Just piss everywhere, and
Oh yes.
and water parks attract a certain element. Not to be an elitist, but you get a lot of.
Is the element they attract higher class or lower class than you?
Well, it's hard to be lower class than me, but yes, lower class than me. Just a lot of ugly feet at water parks. Not a lot of pristine toes or a lot of.
Hey, look. I'm not. I can't. I'm
Well, I know.
living in a glass house here. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
anything about anyone's
Running
feet.
12 miles a day. Let me tell you something. These people's feet aren't ugly because they're running too much. I'll just put it. I'll put it that way.
They're running too many marathons.
As my buddy Drew Barth, he's a comedian, and he wrote this joke like a million years ago about Disneyland, but he's just talking about all the fat people at Disneyland. And he was like, man, I was looking around Disneyland, and you know what most people's favorite ride is? The bench.
It's funny.
Anyway. But that's glass houses for me, because anytime I go to those amusement parks, I just cannot wait to sit down. My feet get tired, so I don't
Especially
go.
when you're with your kids. There's nothing better. Well, hey, before we get into the meat of it, do we want to pull up the old man segment, or are you not caught up?
Can I tell you where I? Let me update. What the people are.
I'm always very weary of this subject.
Talk about what people are clamoring for. They're like,
Right.
whoa! When are they going to get to the old man update?
When are they going to get to that Hulu original?
That Hulu original show no one's watching except for Johnny and Andrew, and then Andrew's not even. Now you're past me.
I know. I'm caught up, baby.
Dude, it's good, right?
How many
Okay,
episodes,
can I tell you?
How many episodes have you not watched that are available?
I think now, because I watched one last night. I'm endeavoring to catch up, but it's just I couldn't watch it on the cruise. So I think I don't know what number, but it's like the last thing that happened was they flew to Morocco. Or no, he had to drop his dogs off at like somebody's house.
Is Jeff Bridges still alive?
Oh, you motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you even suggest that the old man would kill off the old man? What would they have without the old man? I will say, when he dropped the dogs off, I'm like, man, that's half the show. The dogs are like one of the best parts.
I know. I love
That
it
kinda
when they
made
just
me
ravage
mad.
his enemies.
But I guess they couldn't. So they were just about to go to like Morocco, I guess, and then the John Lithgow, they kind of confront each other, and Jeff Bridges' daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So you're like one.
I'm probably like an episode or two behind.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's where I'm at.
All right.
What are your thoughts? You seem like a little bit you're watching it like in spite of yourself.
Well, I watch it and I like it when they show him, but then when they go cut to all the flashbacks and the backstory and the reasoning, I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I don't even know who cares?
Just patented.
I just want to see.
Beaner critique. I don't give a shit. Who cares?
I just want to see these dogs beat up his enemies.
People.
Yeah.
I will say, this is a note to any show business people listening. If you get like Jeff Bridges or Meryl Streep or I don't know who else, just the great actors of our time, Tom Cruise, people you just like to watch on screen, don't write lengthy parts for people who are supposed to be them, but at an age they cannot play. Either just CGI it and make them look younger, or by the way, I'll just suspend disbelief. Just make Jeff Bridges dress like younger
his hair
and
back
dye
and
his
make it
hair
black.
or something.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. But I want to see Jeff Bridges. I don't want to see some guy doing an impression of Jeff Bridges. It's like you're watching the off-Broadway show of the show you want to, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting the star. You're getting the person who's like their understudy or something.
Yeah.
Just maybe Jeff Bridges doesn't want to work that hard. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't need this guy. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Or just cut the whole backstory out of this stupid show.
Yeah, that too. Like the old man, it's called The Old Man. It's not called The Old Man, and then also when he was younger.
Right.
You got
half
me.
This fucking show is some other guy.
Yeah, you got me hooked on an old man story. Now I don't need this young man shit. Get that out of there.
Too, so I can just not watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your thoughts. You like the Jeff Bridges parts, but then the rest of it.
Yeah.
I like Lithgow's good too.
Yep.
He's watching. He's an old man.
That's right.
Anytime there's an old man on screen.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
on board.
God, I know. Old man peeing. We talked about this.
We talked about
We
all
talked about how I jerk off to old men peeing. Yeah,
everyone's familiar with that. They're all picturing that right now.
Good.
All right.
All right. So we covered old man. See, I'm so prepared.
You're
I made
prepared.
A list.
Oh my god.
No.
Do you have
all right? So
now
now
banter topic?
this is well, do we want to talk about? Well, I don't know if we want to save anything for the next episode. So the Batman's return and the on stage.
Oh yeah. Let's just talk about it now.
It was. You watched
now,
it.
Can I tell you my? I haven't yet.
Okay. Oh, good.
I'm going to. But what I want to say is that I listened to that teaser you sent me.
Yeah.
And you first of all, it was such a wave of emotions. Because I was on the ship and I can't like download anything or watch anything. But I'm just getting your text.
Oh yeah, so we should explain the whole situation. So I'm in the show.
Yeah, Johnny got hired. How much did you make, by the way? What were they paying?
$50.
How much?
$50.
$50. Johnny got paid $50 to reprise his Batman for 7 minutes. His Batman stand-up routine, where he dresses up like Batman and does kind of like a Batman doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And it was very exciting. I threw a couple more jokes at you because I love writing for it.
Is I texted Andrew, who's on the boat at the time, saying, "Hey, it's happening. I'm here. This is the gig." And he is all excited. He's like, "Oh my gosh!" Oh, I said, "If you think of any other material," he's like, "I am on it." And then he sent me 3 swishes. Perfect.
Yeah, because I was just, begging for something to do. So then, the first text you sent me after was like, "Great." It was like it went great. It was so
that
fun.
was before I had listened to it.
It killed. But then he goes, "Well, tell him what you told me. Why you thought maybe you didn't hear." You thought you heard laughs that you didn't hear.
Well, because of the mask. I got the mask covered over my ears, but I could tell when I was at the comedy club, I was like, this went well, and it did go well. But this one, I was like, I think it's going good. And then I was like, whoa. And then I listened to it, and I was like, maybe I was like listening to it compared to the previous one, because I didn't bomb. Because I made it sound like I bombed.
Here's the other thing. Then you go, first you tell me it went great. Then you said you listened back and you bombed. Then I listened to the clip you sent me, and you were doing great. I heard laughs. It was going good, and it's very funny. So I don't know which one it was.
Well, it couldn't have been going so great to where I was justified in telling the audience, "Fuck you."
That's the funniest part. No, that's what we need.
I think my favorite part was what I did, because we talked. We were texting back and forth, and we talked about just him being the hackiest. And I pulled an audience member, and I closed on it. That was the dumbest thing. I think I closed it. No, I did the merch after I had the volunteer. But I call this guy up. First of all, no one would volunteer. I was like, "Come on, I need a volunteer." Nobody. I was like, "Oh, come on. Give me a break here."
You gotta do what the magicians do, where you don't ask, you just point at somebody, and then get everyone else to start clapping, and then they feel like they have to do it.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
So I get the guy up, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Tell him what to do with my arms. And plus, I didn't have the mic stand, so I'm like having them do arms expert while I'm holding my own mic. So it's just they're my arms plus this third arm holding the microphone. And then I'm like, all right, give him a round of applause. All right, hey, what's your name, asshole?
Wait, did you do the roll down your window thing, and then they do the crank?
It didn't even work. Like it didn't really.
I was like, yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm all right. I'm driving in my car, and he starts driving. I was like, whoa, I got a big steering wheel. And then he like made it really big. Like he thought I was pimping him.
Oh,
but I was just doing the hacky joke, and then I did the whole rolling down. Whoa, this is an old car, I guess. And then I was like, all right, that's enough. Oh God.
Wait, what merch did you sell as Batman?
Just the bumper stickers, the same as the first.
Okay. No. Well, if you want to see the full Batman set, and when you can decide for yourself if Johnny bombed or not, Patreon is where it is. So, or will be soon. It is there right now. So,
Yeah, well,
Go to the
you're-
Patreon and watch it. Should we get into topics, or do you have
Let's
another?
do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I have nothing else prepped.
Okay, do you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right. So, I know you're a big Marvel guy, and I watched on the. I did download a couple shows. First of all, this is an aside, but like, you know how you can like, if you subscribe to a streaming service, you can download things on your phone to watch when you're on the
Yeah.
plane when you're not connected to the internet. It's very
Yes.
handy.
Yes.
But then you can't do it on your computer. They make it like they purposefully
Right.
make it, which is like the most annoying thing in the world because now I'm watching everything now on my phone, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
You got to
I'd
get
like
an iPad.
Why can't I watch it on my computer?
Well, I thought about that. I mean, and you would think they would have a way around this, like a security thing, but I think it's because if you can download on your computer, you can burn it to a disk. You can do anything
Let
you
me
want
tell you
with the
something.
file.
Let me tell you something about that.
Well, I know you're not going to.
Well, yeah, that. But also, do you know what everybody's suggestion to me has been since I complain? Anytime I complain about downloading it onto my computer, they're like,
What?
why don't you just get it on a torrent? Which is the illegal thing that is
Yeah.
so easy to do. Everything exists. So quit. I'm just a stupid law-abiding citizen complaining about this. But the reality is it's already out there for free for anybody who wants it to be on my computer. You know, they're just pushing me into that dark web or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just
That's
saying
a good.
it's
topic.
already out there. No one else. It's like it's happening. But if you want me to stay like a subscriber and not just go full torrent shit, then I would suggest letting me download it on my computer. Anyway.
Do you think that is the reason though? Like, do you think?
Yeah,
the
I
reason
think because
is
someone else said that. Because you
Oh,
can
okay.
screen capture it or something.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
yeah. But I can already, like, I don't know. It's just.
But that's the thing. You can screen capture on phones and iPads, but they figured out a way to block it. Like you can't screen capture when you're watching Netflix or
I know,
Hulu.
and I can't. I used to be able to just take like a cord and run it from my phone to like a TV.
Yes, and you can't do that.
You can't do that.
What?
So I can't even on certain apps. Most of them now.
Really?
You can't watch just whatever's on your phone on the TV. So it's really annoying. And like I have a projector too, so it'd be cool to like do that on a projector, but you can't.
Oh,
So
wow.
everybody has the same solution though. They're like just torrent it, get a hard drive, and save like movies and shows on a hard drive. And it's like I don't want to, I don't want to be a pirate.
It's not because, yeah, but it's, I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. It's not because you don't want to pirate. It's because you don't want to deal with Korean subtitles and shitty quality and all the
No,
bullshit.
but apparently you don't. Now it's like so organized and good. Like
Oh,
you can
well,
just
now
get-
you're selling me on it.
I'm gonna do
thought I
it.
was done
I'm
with
doing
it, but
it.
I might get on there.
Well, anyway, that isn't what I need backup on though.
If you figure out how to do it, let me know.
Okay. Well, then what you really do is you get the hard drive, and you don't even worry about the torrents. You just get on these ships, and people will just go, yeah, go download here. Just copy these shows. onto your hard drive."
That's what I did. I just took her. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. What's her name that we worked with?
Oh,
On
Allison.
the one ship, Allison. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Allison.
yeah.
She gave me. Is it Flips? I never even met him. Is that her ex?
Oh, Flip Schultz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another.
So she had
comedian.
his like computer or hard drive, gave it to me, and I just went hog wild. took all a
uploading
bunch of
pictures of your
movies.
dick.
Yeah, I uploaded pictures of my dick to it.
Hog wild. Okay, but that is not what I need backup on. I only brought that up because I was watching this Marvel show on Disney Plus that I downloaded. It's called Miss Marvel. Have you seen that one yet?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, but I have not watched it.
It's pretty good. It's fun. It's great. It was very entertaining. But my thing is that they're running out of powers for these people. So
What is her? I don't even know what's her power.
so her, as far as I can tell.
Did you finish the season?
Yeah.
And
Like
this is still as far as you can tell.
Well,
when you're not
because
paying
it's
attention?
very vague. It's very sort of like she's got these bracelets. Do you care if I spoil it for you?
No, I was gonna say I probably don't think I'm gonna watch it anyway. But
Okay.
for our listeners, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for Miss Marvel. So, but let me just preface this by saying, like, they've covered so many of the main powers, like flying,
Yep,
super strength, you know,
those are
ice,
the big ones.
fire. I mean, just about everything you can think of. Mental, you know, Mr. X,
Yep.
Professor X, not Mr. X. Even so much that, like, in this Eternals, did you watch the Eternals movie?
Yeah.
There's literally a guy who shoots lasers out of his eyes. I'm like, guys, they already got that one. That's Cyclops. You already did that one.
Yeah.
So someone's like writing it like, oh no, but this dude can fly. It's like, okay, like you
Yeah.
don't, we have too many. There's too many crossover powers. So this girl's power was she got this bracelet, and again,
Isn't that the same as the guy in Six Rings or whatever?
yeah, very similar.
Okay.
This is just one bracelet. It's called a bangle. I think it's like they're from Pakistan.
Okay.
But her hands get really big. They turn blue and they get really big. And then she can like slap the shit out of people with this giant cartoon hand. And she can just go whonk and just smash people into the ground. But I'm like, that is just so lazy. Like her hands are just huge, you know, and then eventually she figures it out where she can make shapes and
that sounds like the Green
circles.
Lantern. That's the Green Lantern's power.
I guess. Is it? I'm not a Green Lantern. They didn't make that movie, so I don't know that. I only watched the movies. But anyway.
Yeah, they made it. That was the one with Ryan Reynolds that flopped.
Oh, well, I mean, in this era, I don't know. Whatever. I didn't see that one. But my advice to Marvel is like, just like, you know, focus on the ones that work and don't try and bring in. And if you're like, oh no, but we got to keep making movies, we got to keep making money, then just go back, start over, do the popular ones again.
I'll watch reboots of Spider-Man all day. And
you know
Batman.
what I mean? They make a Spider-Man every 2 years. You can go back and do Iron Man again. You can do Captain America again. Do all the ones that we know, the classics. Don't bring in. Now we got people whose hands get big and they smush people together. It's just hilarious. And I'm like,
Mickey Mouse powers.
I'm just imagining, like, you know, when the Marvel movies, because they always start out silly, right? It's always like Spider-Man is wrestling somebody or you know, fighting a thug, and the worst he's gonna do is knock someone out, right? They're not gonna kill anybody. No. But eventually the movies get very serious. And like Spider-Man, like in Infinity Wars and stuff, he like kills people, you know? He's like, they're all murdering as many people as they possibly can because it's an invasion and it's a war. So they're literally killing thousands of these aliens. So it gets dark quick. So I'm just imagining Miss Marvel and her giant hands just smashing the brains of people together. Just murdering people in the most hilarious fashion ever. And it really takes me out of it. You know, it's like I can't. It's hard for me to suspend.
You're supposed to be emotional and you're giggling.
Yeah. So I don't. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'm a big superhero person, and I can't even keep track. It's like, well, it was inevitable. They're going through all the main ones, and they're like, oh my gosh, they did a Captain America, oh, they did a Thor, they did, you know, whatever. And now it's like Mickey Mouse hands girl. Of course, you know, it's greed.
It's greed. It's greed, and it must be. I was thinking about it because they make so much money, and they're their own studio, you know, so they literally cannot ever stop. It's not like, hey, let's do some romantic comedies or, it's, you know, just any genre. They have to do this all the time, and it has to be the #1 movie every weekend, and it can never end. You can't ever, you know what I mean? This guy, I don't know, the head guy, I mean, he must not sleep, you know? You just must be thinking about it constantly.
What's the worst one that you've seen? That's a TV show, right?
Yeah.
What's the
and
worst?
It was honestly,
movie?
It wasn't horrible. It was fine. It was totally fine, but it was just like, I was just like the power thing. We're just getting silly. We're just getting silly with the powers.
Yeah.
But that's not their fault. The people who made the show. That's just like what they had to do because it's like in the comic books, I guess. The worst one I don't know. A lot of them are like the same level of just like okay to me.
Yeah.
What's the worst one you've seen?
I think the Eternals. I mean, it was like 7 hours long, and just like, who gives a shit? I mean, it was so different. It was just such a different universe, but it's supposed to be the Marvel universe, and I just like, I don't know. Nobody knows who any of these fucking people are. Like, who?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, I will say too, though, they did that with Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, and I love that movie, and I went into that movie going, "This is gonna," you know, I watched it because I was like, I don't know, it was the next one. I was like, this is gonna suck. I don't know any of these guys, and it was great. So you can do it when they're new. It's just I think the Eternals was also just a bad movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What do you need backup on?
All right, so okay. So this is mine. I think there needs to be regulation and strict consequences for deceitful marketing. Like, this is my example. The candy bar wrapper with like Three Musketeers now. It's like, now 2 in 1. You get 2 candy bars instead of 1. But all it is just air in between. Like, you would get a long one before, and now it's 2 half candy bars. Like when you buy the full size. And it's just like, I feel like, I just feel like nowadays it's like the viewer against the advertisement or the marketing. Like, they're in competition. Like, they're always out to trick you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, buy 3 tires and get the 4th one free. Well, that's never the case. It's a trick. That's just not how it works. It's not a sale. The prices are raised to account for that 4th one. And I just feel like now it's all about
new levels. We're reaching new levels
trickery.
Of scammers.
Yeah, it's like advertising is scamming now.
I think there is a like political arm of what you're talking about. There is some sort of like commission to like fairness and advertising or consumer protection, I think is what it's called, or something.
But they're writing the line. It's like fine print.
But
like,
I'm just imagining a congressional hearing and the like, you know, Snickers guys up there, and they're really grilling him. It's like, sir, look at these 2 candy bars. Now, are you seeing a difference? This is a full size. This is a king size. They're the same goddamn size, you know, and just like people losing their mind at the guy.
It's national news. Are you following the Snickers case?
And just like a senator, and he's got like chocolate all over his face. Like, this is an outrage. America's hungry. Hungry for change.
Yeah.
I think this kind of relates to my Marvel thing. But because you know what that is? Because there's no end to it. So like every day at Three Musketeers, they get up and they go, we're doing great. People like them. Yep. Halloween comes. Everybody does. We get a real bonus, you know. But even when it's not Halloween, we're doing good. It's America. People eat shit, you know. It's chocolate.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong? It's been around for 100 years. But, you know, it doesn't work that way because somebody's boss somewhere is like, we got to make more money this year. And they go, well, shit, what else can we do? You know, can we do a tie-in? Can we make them, or can we just make them a fraction of a size smaller? And then somebody comes up with, eventually that pressure pushes people to go, oh, what about two for one? But you know what I mean? And then that's a scam is born.
And don't get me started on the whole fun size. That's they're getting. I mean, you agree they're getting smaller?
Yeah, well, because it used to be like there was fun size that was actually like, you know, if you put 2 fun sizes together, it was like a full size candy bar. When I was a kid, I feel like Then at some
Now
point,
it's like the size of a piece of popcorn.
yeah. I remember when they're like little like they're the size of a letter on your keyboard. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that's what they are. And who's got time for that?
So this is my tweet. I never tweeted it. This is a Cavalry exclusive.
Okay.
Tell me if this is funny. Okay.
All right.
Is it just me? Or are fun-sized candy bars getting smaller and smaller? Hey, look. My penis hole is a lot of fun, but that doesn't mean I want a candy bar the size of it. That's good, right?
Great. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, I'll tweet it. Then I'll tweet it.
Oh, the other. So in relation, this is something I thought of that I never wrote down. But party size. When you see party size bags of chips, very rarely is that going to a party.
We've talked about this, haven't we?
Did we really? God damn it!
I think so. No, but it's funny you say that because literally I had to get chips for the party on Sunday, and I'm at the aisle, and there's the regular bag, and then there's the party size.
Yeah.
And you look eyeballing them, I'm like, those are the same. I had to pick them both up, hold them side by side. They still feel kind of the same, and I had to look at the ounces of the chips. One was like 10.2, and then party size is like 12.4. And I was like, that is.
But did they do the thing? Could you see the price per ounce? I love when they do that. So you don't even have to do the math. So you can tell are you better off getting just 2 bags of regular chips or one party size. You can literally look and see what's the best per ounce.
Oh. No,
I use that. I love when grocery stores do that. Shout out to grocery stores doing that math for us.
Yeah.
They don't have to do that. Maybe they do have to do that. Maybe that was a rule. I don't know. But I appreciate it.
Consumer fairness.
Yeah, consumer fairness affairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm backing you up.
It sounds
Come
like
on.
you're backing me up, of course.
Just sell us the shit. Just make a good product,
Quit
you don't
being
and if you're just making a profit and you're rolling along, it's fine, everybody. You don't have to come up with like a way to do it, better. It's just fine. Everything's fine.
when's the
It's
is
why
there a
the
product
airlines
you
are the
could
way
think
they are
of?
now. Huh?
Why?
Because they have to keep squeezing. Every year they go, how do we make more? And so like we can put the chairs a little closer together. Oh, we can charge for bags. Oh, we can,
What's
pair
wrong
pilots
with
like
just
shit.
why you got to make more money every year?
I know.
You did great last year.
That's what
Don't
I'm saying.
hire more people. Don't fire anyone. Just repeat last year.
Yeah.
And keep doing that.
Be like Johnny and I. Why do you got to make more money the next year? Just plateau and ride it out.
Yeah.
What do you
God.
Oh, jeez.
But I feel like in the Leave It to Beaver times, it was like a commercial was like, hey, butter. It's 10 cents on sale this week. Oh, great. No one's like saying sneaky shit or confusing you.
Yeah.
Like it used to be a useful tool and now it's just.
But it is like the age. We're in the age of the scammer, I feel like. There's never been more scam.
It's not going to go away though.
No, because they work, Yep. And like the emails, the texts, the phone calls, the guy who just texts you now, like the wrong number thing. God, I get that constantly now.
What's
They'll
that?
be like, hey, this is Aaron. You didn't call me back. And then you have to go, oh, I think you got the wrong number. And then they go, oh, I'm sorry about that. Hey, thanks for the response. What's your name? And then they just like use that kindness to like, I got into it.
Text, I never get that.
I get it all the time. And I started responding to one. I was just bored. I think I was on the ship. And I was just like, at first I was like, hey, this is Aaron. How's it going? Yeah, man. What's going on? And then they're like, oh, sorry, it must be the wrong number. I was like, no, it's not. This is Aaron. You got it. I remember you, man. Remember we got drunk last year, 4th of July? And eventually it was like, fuck you. And I was like, fuck me. You just said hi. What are you
Fuck
talking
me,
about?
I'm Aaron.
And then the masks were off, and I just finally was like, "Has this ever worked?" I was like, "Has it ever worked once?" And even if it does, you got to do it like a goddamn 10,000 times. There's got to be a better way. Even robbing, just pickpocketing people would be a faster way
Yeah.
to make money than this. If you
Hopefully
have to
that's
be a
what they went
robber,
on to do.
yeah. Anyway,
You should switch it. So now just like keep a dick pic on your, and every time they do that, just be like,
yeah.
just respond, hey, here's my dick. What are we talking about now? You know?
That's what I should do. That's the answer to all
Or
of
just
our
a
problems.
pile of shit. You just send
You
them
should send a
picture of
dick
pile of
pic
shit.
to Three Musketeers next time you're mad at their advertising.
Well, that would just be confusing.
Hello? Hello, news. We've got two things for you. Three Musketeers cheated me, and here's my penis.
Could you squeeze them both on the 5 o'clock?
Do a
news
segment about
tonight?
that. Oh, and the little boy is the loser or something. But yeah.
What would you guys do
Call
without
Tom
me
Hanks.
calling in?
Maybe you should like just keep talking about Three Musketeers giving you a slightly smaller candy bar, and then like try and have it go viral to the point where Tom Hanks shows up and gives you like 50 Three Musketeers to like make you feel better, you know?
Yeah.
All these celebrities chipped in to buy Johnny a lifetime supply of Three Musketeers.
Of Three Musketeers. Do you like Three Musketeers?
Yeah, I do. That was my grandma. I have good memories of it because my grandma at their house growing up, she had this really old-fashioned refrigerator. It wasn't work. It was an ice box. It was like a wooden. It's not electric.
Yeah.
So it was like so old. It was like it had a latch, a big metal latch on it, and it was this wooden ice box. And obviously they didn't keep it cold, but she just kept like shit in there, like chocolate covered raisins. Not
Oh.
yeah, they would shit in it, and then also leave some food in there for us. It was a weird Swedish thing. No, but
Sure.
she would keep like all the candy and red vine. So I'm like huge. It's all the candy of my youth, or like
Yeah.
chocolate covered raisins have not stayed with me the same way, but red vines, Snickers, and Three Musketeers were like boom all of, and it was the fun sizes too, but like the real quality, like back when fun sizes were fun.
Yeah, when they were fun. Because the Three Musketeers is basically, it's a Milky Way without the caramel, right?
Yeah, it's just chocolate fluff. It's just like hard
Yeah.
chocolate shell and then fluffy.
Yeah, it's good. Like
It's a
marshmallow
little lighter.
shit.
I prefer Snickers, but yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for Three Musketeers. I used to try to completely remove the shell in 4 pieces of a Three Musketeers. So I would try to get
wow.
like
What a,
all the walls off and then eat it.
that seems silly. Let me ask you this: did
I had
you have
no
a lot of
friends
kids
at
at
my
your
bir-
birthday
I had no-
parties, Andrew?
You beat me to it. Yeah, I was all by myself at my 9th birthday, just taking
Taking
chocolate
the
pieces
walls.
off my. Even my brothers didn't come.
Is that nougat? Is that what the fluffy
No,
stuff
that's
is?
not nougat. Nougat is
What's
like
nougat?
nougat's the stuff in Snickers, right? Like the harder.
Well, I thought a Snickers
stuff.
was just a Milky Way with peanut chunks on top of it.
No, I think the peanut stuff is the nougat.
Am I frustrating you? Am I wearing you down? Johnny, oh my God. How do I explain what each candy is? Hang on.
No, but it's just funny because you'll watch like, you know, I don't know what, some documentary on who killed Kennedy, and it's like, who gives a shit? And it's like, so is the nougat the fluffy part, or is it somebody tell me? This is what matters.
Yeah. Guilty.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. Woo! Good app.
That's-
Good app.
Good app. Solid app.
Oh
Tough
my
one to
gosh.
follow. Thanks everybody
Tough
for
one to
listening.
follow.
leave a 5-star review as always. And what? We'll talk about it on the show, as you just heard.
A 5-star review.
Yeah. All right.
Is that what you just
Join the
said?
Patreon to watch Johnny as Batman. And
to maybe get a pin in the mail.
oh,
That's right. I just have to get to the mail post office.
the mail post office.
As
Thank
opposed
you.
to the email post office.
For listening
We're listening to
the Cavalry.
the Cavalry.